So let's start, Sanjana. Yeah. Okay. So let's start by revising. Okay. We already finished chapter 1, 2, 3 till 6, right? So we'll start from chapter 1 till chapter 6. We are going to revise all these six chapters. Okay. Yeah. Can you remember anything, or do you remember anything from this chapter 1? Do you have any idea, any memory related to
The
chapter 1?
history of
Very good.
the
History
first home
behind our
science,
home science, yeah.
then human ecology,
Then
HCFS,
other name for home science, right? Yeah. Then anything else?
um, there are five people who helped in making the
Ah,
modern ecology.
yeah. The eminent personalities who help in set up our home science college. Yeah. You can see a dog there. Yeah. Yeah. I also have one. But it's a Indian breed, normal breed. So let's start. Okay, let's start from chapter 1, Evolution of the Discipline of Home Science and its Relevance and Importance and Quality of Life. Okay, first chapter. So, the definition, the main definition of home science, usually a question as to define home science, you can write according to the Ellen Richards. The home science is concerned with the attainment of the well-being of individuals and families, the improvement of homes and perception of values significant in home life. That is a definition for home science, which simply means that the subject home science that always help you to improve your individual life as well as the family life. Clear? That is the main definition or the main aim of home science, why we study the home science. Okay. Next we have, oh god, can you read the second paragraph?
Home science is the science applied to home. In other words, it means an art of economically managing the family resources to the maximum satisfaction of all the members. Home science is responsible for the proper development of individuals' personality. It inspires one to adopt necessary skills and attitudes for harmonious family and community living.
Yeah. So simply the home science means we can put the home science as a science stream or as an art stream. Okay. In other words, yeah, just look here. It means an art of economically managing the family resources. We all have some kind of resources in our home, and how we are using that resources. Yeah, that is very important. How we use that resources. Is it in a proper way, or it leads to any kind of uh, limitations? Sometimes it leads to certain kind of limitations, right? Yeah. So home science is responsible for the proper development of individual's personality. Clear? So can you learn the definition for home science, the first one? Yes, right.
Ma'am, the markings are not seen in the presentation.
Why? Oh. I think now it's okay, right?
No, ma'am.
No? Fine. Not going to underline. Okay. Yeah. So according to Ellen Richards, home science is concerned with the attainment of well-being of individuals. That is very important. Attainment of the well-being of individuals as an individual person, as a family person. Okay. Then the improvement of homes and preservation of values significant in home life. Can you try? No, fine, no problem. So that is the main definition, okay? You need to by heart this definition. So let's move on to the other concept, human ecology and family sciences. So that is another name for home science. So what is the meaning of human ecology? Human ecology just means it's an interdisciplinary study of a relationship between human and their environment. Ecology, right? Starting with E, environment. Here, again, starting with E, right? You can connect human ecology, that simply means how we relate ourselves with our environment. Now we discussed about a number of environments, right? Our peer group, our schools, then our teachers, our school, neighborhood, community, society, all these belong to the environment. So how you as a human, you connect yourself with the environment, that comes under the human ecology. Then family science, that simply means it's a study of our families and close interpersonal relationships. Clear? That is the definition and the meaning of these two terms. Okay, so the other name for home science, that is human ecology and family science. Human ecology, that means it is a relationship with humans and environment. Then the family science, it's a study of family as well as a close interpersonal, not intra, it's interpersonal relationships. Okay, yeah. Can you try that?
Human ecology means the relation of human and their environment. Family sciences means the relation between the family and interpersonal relationship.
Family science means it's a study of family. Okay, relationship is also fine. It's a study about the families and how we interact with them. Okay, that is family science. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, evolution of home science, which means the history. Okay, so the first home science college was made up in Delhi in 1932. That place and that year is very important from this chapter. Okay, Delhi in 1932 by the name Lady Irwin College. So the name of the first home science college in Delhi, that is Lady Irwin College. Okay, so the main aim of this college is to promote women's higher education and to remove the social and educational inequalities. We all know during that time, it's 1932. Yeah, we give more importance to men than women. So the main aim of this home science college, that is to provide educate or they educate the children as well as the women. Okay, and it is also used to remove the inequalities in society and in community. Okay, that is the main aim of Lady Irwin College in Delhi in 1932. So there are certain eminent personalities who helped for setting up this college. First one, that is Sarojini Naidu, Rajkumari Amrit Kaur and Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay. Okay, three personalities who help here. So at that time, the British Viceroy in India was Lord Irwin. That is very important. So during this time, 1932, British rule time, right? So Lord Irwin was the British Viceroy and his wife, that is Lady Dorothy Irwin. So they also supported in setting up this college. Hence, her name is used for setting up the name of the first home science college, Lady Irwin College. Okay, just read. No. I think this is better, right? Yeah. Can you try?
The first home science college was set up in Delhi in the year 1932 to promote women's higher education and to remove social and
Very good. Yeah.
educational um, inequality.
Social inequalities.
The few eminent women who helped in this were Sarojini Naidu, Rajkumari Amritkar, and Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay.
Very good. Why we
Then
give this name for first home science college?
the British Viceroy that year was Lord Irwin. So his wife, Lady Dorothy Irwin,
Yeah.
she also
That is the
helped in
reason.
setting
Yeah.
up.
They
So
also help for setting up our college. Then we have certain areas of home science. Yeah. Now it's very clear for you, right? The 5 areas of home science or the 5 major specializations. So after your BSc in home science, you can go for any of these areas. Okay, you can go for human development. That simply means the child development. Yeah. I got the specialization in this human development. That simply means a child development. Okay. So I am a postgraduate in child development. That simply means BSc in home science. Then I go for masters in child development. Okay. That is the first area. Okay. Then foods and nutrition, which means for the dietitian, right? Yeah. Then resource management, another area, clothing and textiles, that is related to fashion. In resource management, the event management and all, you can go for that, yeah, the flower arrangement or like that. Then communication and extension, that we will discuss later. Okay, so these are the 5 areas of home science or 5 specialization in home science. Okay, child development, food science and nutrition, resource management, clothing and textiles, communication and extension. Fine. Okay. So in human development, can you read the human development part? Yeah. Read aloud. Yeah.
this field deals with the principle of development and various domains of development of all stages of life. This knowledge helps to understand the needs of each stage and cope with problems related to various developments.
No problem, Sanjana. Okay. So in this human development, we covered chapter 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. All these belong to this human development. Why? Because we learnt about self. That is a part of human, right? Something that is related to human. Then we learnt about the emotional changes in adolescents, emotional changes in children, cognitive changes. All these are related to the human part. Okay. All these things. So in this human development, we discussed about different domains and different stages like infancy, early childhood, different stages, right? Yeah, that comes under the human development. Then we have food and nutrition. Our chapter 7 and 8 belongs to food science and nutrition. So in this chapter, we are going to discuss about food, yeah, various nutrients, the micronutrient deficiency, macronutrient deficiencies and all. Okay. So then resource management. We all have different type of resources in our home. Yeah. We have a number of differences also. But how we use or how we maintain these resources is very important. Okay. That is the main thing. Then we have clothing and textiles. Yeah. So in this thing, you learn about we are going to learn about fabrics, different textiles, yeah, nylon, polyester, different kind of clothes and all. Then communication and extension, which means how we are going to communicate, how we communicate, the verbal skills, non-verbal skills, yeah, all those things. Okay, these are the 5 areas of home science. Okay. So after completing your
Ma'am, just a minute, ma'am.
yeah, just a minute. Yeah, I need to. So after completing the human development, the masters in human development, one can work as a child counselor or they can also work with ICDS project, that's a government project, and they can also work with different NGOs, non-governmental organizations. Okay. So then food science and nutrition, after completing the masters in food science and nutrition, you can go for a dietitian or a chef or a nutritional consultant in schools, gyms and all. Okay. in hospitals also. After completing resource management, the career opportunity, that is interior decorator, event management. Okay. Then clothing and textiles, fashion designer, fabric technologist, and they can also start up a tie and dye boutique, okay, or a block printing unit. Then communication and extension, one can work in the government projects like the ICDS and also work with the NGOs and all. So learn the 5 areas of home science as well as any one career opportunities. Okay, any one. Try there.
Human development, resource management, uh, clothing and textile, nutrition, food and nutrition, communication and extension.
Very good. So any one career opportunities, any one career options after child development. Anyone.
They can work as counselors.
Yeah. They can teach, right? Yeah. Then
Then
food
for
science and
food and
nutrition.
nutrition, they can be a dietitian,
Resource management.
interior designer.
Okay. Clothing and textiles.
They can open their own block printing.
Very good. Last one, communication extension.
They can work in non-government organizations.
They can also work in government projects like the ICDS and all. Okay, because it's an extension program. So the last topic in this chapter, that is why home science is important for both boys and girls. Yeah, you can write all these things, right? The self, the importance of self here. Yeah, you can write that. Then you can write the importance of food science and nutrition. Then look, it helped to manage or adjust different changes in life, because we learned about stress, right? Different techniques to avoid stress and all. Good sleeping, yeah. So you can write that. Then it teaches how to balance a family and professional life. A number of women, they have problems in this area. It is very difficult for them to balance their family life as well as the professional life. Yeah, that is another thing. Then it teaches cultural and moral values of the family, because we get an idea that the emotional changes, that is a part of this adolescence, the mood swings or the anger, all these are the part of adolescence. Yeah, that kind of concept. Then it teaches the art of managing jobs, everything. Then it familiarizes the household problems and way to solve them, how to solve that particular problems in family. Then home science teaches us to household jobs in scientific and systematic manner, okay, because it's an art as well as a science subject. We can use all the concepts from home science as a scientific method, which means how to improve the nutrients in food. That is a scientific method, right? Yeah, learn any three. You can include any points, okay, from different chapters. I don't
Right.
need the exact sentence. Okay.
It teaches the art of managing jobs like resource management. Then it helps to adjust according to the different stages of life.
Something related to stress. We all have certain problems in family, right? So it teaches us to solve that problems. Yeah. Then how to manage different situations or the stages in life. Yeah. And the main thing that is to balance a family as well as
Professional
a
life.
professional life. Yeah. Okay. So that's all about our chapter 1. Okay. Definition of home science. Then we learned about different areas of home science, history behind, and the importance of home science. Okay. Then anything else? Yeah. Another name for home science, human ecology and family. Any doubts? Okay. So try to learn the chapter. Okay. Yeah. So, what all things we already learned from our next chapter, chapter 2. Just the points, okay? Yeah.
Self. Two types of self. Identity. Again, two types of identities.
Yeah. Anything else? Most important thing.
The different stages.
Very good. Different stages in human life and how self develop during each stage. In infancy, early childhood, middle childhood, and adolescence, right? Yeah. Very good, Sanjana. So, let's discuss the chapter 2. So, self, the meaning of self. The self of self refers to the sense of who we are and what makes us different from everyone else. Yeah, that is the main thing. Self, who we are and what makes us different from everyone else. Okay, so the term self refers to the totality of the person's experiences, ideas, thoughts, feelings. So, self that simply means my feeling that is different from your feeling, right? Yeah, my personal experiences that is entirely different from your experiences. Yeah, then my thoughts, yeah, is different from yours. My ideas, it's different from yours. Everything is different, right? Belong to a self, myself. That is the self. Clear? So it is a characteristic way in which we define ourselves. The easiest definition for self, the characteristic way in which we define ourselves. How we define ourselves to another person, that belongs to the self. Okay. So next thing is very important. Self is not something that you are born with. Yeah. I think now that is very much clear for you, right? Self, because it's developing from infancy till the adolescence, and it also still continuing in the adulthood. Okay, so it is not something that you are not born with, which you create and develop as you grow by interacting with our environment, by with the help of our heredity, on the basis of our age, it's developing. Yeah. That's it. Then the structure of self can be understood in terms of identity of the intended and the development of personal and social self. So under this self, we have a two concepts. First one that is personal and other one that is social self. Okay. So learn what is self. Any definition, first one or the last one? And two type of self. What are the two type of self?
Personal and social self.
Yeah, define self.
It is who we are and what makes us different from others.
Yeah, it is a characteristic way in which how we define ourselves.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that is self. So let's move on to the two types of self. First one that is personal self and social self. Read. Personal and social. Read aloud.
Personal self leads to an orientation in which one feels primarily concerned with oneself. It emphasis comes to be laid on those aspects of life that relate only to the concerned the person, such as personal freedom,
Which means
personal.
the personal self that only related to that concerned person. If I am that person, I am that concerned person. Okay, my freedom. Yeah, that personal freedom, personal responsibility. My responsibility is to teach. Your responsibility is to learn. Right? The differences. It's related to a particular person. Then personal achievement. Yeah, a prize in this thing, or the personal comfort. We all have a personal comfort or the personal comfort area, right? All these are related to that particular person. That is a personal self. Then social self. Social. We relate ourselves with the environment, with peers, with teachers, with neighbors, and all the relationship with others. Okay, here you can see the cooperation between me and you, the unity between me and you. Then sacrifice, we need to sacrifice certain things, right? And also the support, the sharing mentality. Yeah, all these comes under the social self. Okay. Yeah, simply it means the personal self, that is something that is related to you, that is personal. Social self, something that is related with others. Okay. So the example for the personal self, that is our strength or my strength, your strength, my weakness, my emotions, all these are the personal self. Example for social self, that is a cooperation, unity, and all. Okay, so something that is related to you, that is personal self. Something that is related with others, that is social self. Okay. So what is the definition of self?
Who we are and what makes us different from
Yeah,
others.
who we are and what makes difference from others. Very good. Personal self and social self. So what is social self?
It is how the characteristics how we are linked to a group
Ah,
or the
very good.
society.
Yeah, yeah. Any one example?
Sacrifice,
Ah, sacrifice, unity, cooperation,
sharing.
caring, sharing. Very good. So next one, that is identity. Okay, next concept. The definition of identity is who we are, the way you think about yourself. That is important. The way you think about yourself or ourselves, the way you are viewed by the world, because others are viewing, right? And the characteristics that define you. Yeah, I think it's better to learn this definition. It is the behavioral or personal characteristics by which an individual is recognizable in a group. Yeah, this identity is also comes under the self part. Okay, the personal self and all. So it is the behavioral or any kind of personal characteristics by which an individual is recognizable in a group. My name, that is my identity, right? Your name, that is your identity. Yeah, then a doctor of, yeah, that is a, which means a doctor of Nandakumar, that is my identity. You also have, right? Yeah. So it is described in two ways, personal identity and social identity. Just like as the self, we have personal self and social self. Here also we have personal identity and social identity. Personal identity refers to those attributes of a person that make her different from others. Yeah, our name, almost similar to the personal self. Yeah, our name, that is my identity, my interest, my quality, my characters and all. Yeah. In the case of social identity, we put ourselves in a group. For an example, Sanjana, you belong to this Raju Davis International School, so you are comparing yourself with other students studying here, right? That is the social identity. Clear? I'm an Indian. That is another one. Is that clear? Yeah, so just learn the personal identity and social identity, only the definitions. Are you able to follow this method? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it useful for you?
Finish, ma'am.
Try it.
Personal identity is the attributes of a person that makes her different from others.
Yeah.
Then social identity is the attributes that link her to the social groups like
Always
religion,
support with an example, okay, for the social identity and personal identity, so it will be more clear.
religion, and
Then we have, this is very, very, very important, okay, self-concept and self-esteem. Sure question for your exam, final exam, self-concept and self-esteem. Okay, don't get confused here. Self-concept, that simply means the descriptions. Yeah, description. The judgment of that description, that is self-esteem. Okay. Actually, self-concept, C, yeah, that comes first, then E, right? A, B, C, D and E. So always self-concept first, then self-esteem. Okay. A trick for learning, right? So this is a description, self-concept, just the description. I am tall. Yeah, that is my description. Actually, I am not tall. Yeah, I am a teacher. That is a description, right? I am a student. So here in the case of self-esteem, I am a kind of a good teacher, or I am a kind of a nice personality, or I am a good student, I am a good teacher, which means I am judging my descriptions here in self-esteem. Yeah, always support with an example. Okay, I think this is better. Easy. I am a student and I am a good student. So it is the description of a person, that is self-concept. Yeah, in the self-concept, that concept, yeah, that concept or that term that always answer the question, who am I? Yeah, that is self-concept. In the case of self-esteem, we judge ourselves. Okay, judgment of ourselves according to the standards we have set for ourselves, which are largely influenced by the society. It is one's evaluation of oneself. This definition is also easy. It is the one's evaluation or judgment, both are same. Yeah, can you try what is self-concept and self-esteem?
self-concept is the description about a person. It always answers to the question, who am I?
Very good.
Then for self-esteem, it thinks or tells about the description.
The judgment or evaluation, any one term, okay, judgment or evaluation, that term is very important, okay, judgment or evaluation. Please write few questions, okay, some important questions from the chapter 1 to 6. Yeah, few questions. Right, difference between personal and social identity. This is for your final exams, okay. Difference between personal and social identity, one important question. Yeah, next question, which stage is critical for identity development? Which stage is critical for identity development and why? And give reasons for your answer. I'll repeat, which stage is critical for identity development and why? Give reasons for your answers. So first question, difference between personal and social identity. Second question, which stage is critical for identity development and why? Give reason for your answer. Third question, Define puberty and pubescence. Define puberty and pubescence. Pubescence, okay. Explain major physical and biological changes in boys and girls. Same question, okay. Define puberty and pubescence and explain major physical and biological changes in girls and boys. Physical and biological changes. Physical changes you can write about the secondary characteristics, and biological changes you can write about the primary, okay. Then the fourth question, what are cognitive changes? What are cognitive changes? Okay. So, first two questions, okay. Question number 1 and question number 2. It's a homework for you, okay. I think it's better to write in another side of the book, okay. So, you can collect a number of questions and answers. All these questions are from the previous year exams and all, okay. So, first two questions for Saturday homework, okay. So, rest we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.